We have a cold opening for this, don't we?
We don't have one yet.
I mean, last light. It's very cold in space. Cold opening. Cold in space.
It's the last light. Now there's no last light.
Ah! Yeah. That's no.
Now that's the last light.
No,
it's not last
stop,
light.
Stop. I mean, there are four lights. There are four lights. Hey there, Misfits. It's time for another Under the Lid, and we're taking a look at Last Light. I know you're excited. I am excited because Misfit Tom apparently likes tractors, but instead of buying a tractor this time, he bought Last Light. It'll make more sense as I go along, but we're going to unbox this as we go. So for those that don't know, Last Light is a big hit game. Big hit? Is that really where it's a hit. It's a really awesome game.
Everybody wants it.
Everybody wants it. It's hard to get right now. Came out of Kickstarter and everything else. But beloved Misfit Tom over here decided to look at the Tractor Company site.
Tractor Supply Company.
Tractor Supply Company. And apparently they got into board games for whatever reason. And they had Last Light there. Now I tried to get a copy after him and it was gone. Like it disappeared from the site. So yeah, don't bother looking there anymore for this because you're not going to find it. However,
it might show up. Who knows?
I doubt it. This is a book. And actually, the funny thing is, this book doesn't really do the game justice. We had a lot of fun at, what was it, at the retreat here. When was it again? Last?
Dice Tower?
No. The one we have locally. So we have a local retreat here, the Dice Tower, like every few months or so. And I got Tom. I dragged you into playing this. I remember Tom was not interested in this at all.
I didn't say I wasn't interested.
He's
I
vaguely
was doing something else at the time.
He wasn't interested. So I dragged him into this. I said, hey, you have to try this game out. And he's like, I don't know. And we played one game of it and he's like, sold. He's like, he loved this game. It's a quick sheet, by the way, in case you didn't know. I love quick sheets. But this game is a space strategy game. Now, of course, you've heard that before. But what's fun about this game is it kind of boils down the 4X, what's called the 4X experience, where you don't even really colonize planets. I guess you do. Yeah, you do because you put reactors and stuff on there, kind of, sort of. But it kind of boils down the 4X experience into something that's faster paced with a little bit of, there's really no deck building mechanics, is there? No, you get your upgrades and you get stuff. It's really all 4X.
There's a deck, but you're like picking what you're doing.
There's yeah. So
you don't add to it though.
No, you never add to it. So you basically, there are card mechanics in it, but it's not deck building mechanics. It's entirely different. So you basically have a fleet of ships. You go onto the galaxy. Now, the gimmick with this game is you have a rotating board. The board rotates and adjusts where your ships are, because if you're near a planet, your ship will move with it and adjust the board and paths on the board. Everybody starts out with their own race, and there are multiple different races. The best way to describe it is it's like Twilight Imperium. Like, I'm surprised FFG didn't come out with something like this for like Twilight Imperium, because you have your own races, your own abilities, they have their own things, and you have your ships, and you go onto the galaxy, and you basically colonize planets by dumping reactors on them to get more resources so that you can upgrade your civilization and stuff like that. It kind of boils down the 4X stuff into something more board gamey. I guess that's the best way I can put it. More board gamey, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was a quicker game and everything.
Yeah, so you don't have to have this. I mean, now mind you, I love 4X games. I will spend hours and hours playing them, but this is nice because somebody like Tom, somebody that doesn't want to invest a ton of time into the game, we could sit and play in 45 minutes, like easy. In fact, the person who won very sneakily, right? Yeah. Like we were playing and we started fighting each other because we're like, oh, this is a 4X game. We're getting in wars and everything. And it was 5 or 6 turns in, and then one of the other people there were like, I win. And we're like, what? And she was like, oh yeah, I got all the light, because you win by basically gathering all light points. And there are multiple ways to gather light points, and it isn't just by fighting people in any way. So she just won because she got her fleet closer to the sun, which the gimmick with this game is, and you'll have these planets, but there's like a sun in the middle that they gravitate around, and it actually does have a light in it. It's not necessary to play the game, but it does have a light bulb in it, and an LED or whatever in it.
Well, that might have been the super deluxe version too.
Yes, maybe. And let me get that out of there. And she basically gathered up a ton of light really fast and won the game without even fire. I don't think she fired a shot. You know what I mean?
No, she didn't.
She just literally did nothing. So yeah, And that's kind of a trick, though. It only works once. Now, I'm building the board here to show you kind of what it looks like. So that's kind of the board. Obviously, it's not completely built yet. And the best part I'm going to show you here is the cool planet marbles, I guess you could call them, right?
Yeah.
So these are the planets. Now, we got to build the stands for them and stuff. But basically, these sit on stands all throughout this galaxy. And you'll see these planets on these stands here. And there's different sized planets and everything as they go. I think they're just different sizes, of course. And I think as you get closer, the planets get smaller. Maybe vice versa. No, yeah, as you get closer, the planets get smaller. And then in the middle, you have the sun. Looks like you're missing. Well, I guess maybe
I think there's
a
probably
Kickstarter
more in a Kickstarter edition
or the
and
expansion.
stuff like that. I got to figure out what I got to order to make this
Yeah.
on par.
Yeah, I get that feeling. It's like with dwellings or whatever. I figure out to get all the stuff for it. But yeah, this board will rotate and these planets will move, and each one has different resources that you can basically mine for to build up your fleet and upgrade your ships. But like one upgrade carries over all your ships, so you don't need to invest like in trying to design anything or anything crazy. It just simplifies everything into a fun, quick Civ game. Not too quick where it's like you don't feel like you actually played a Civ game. You know, it still has time investment a little bit, but like a game's maybe an hour tops. It's 45 minutes to an hour tops. It plays very, very fast. So this is perfect for those that want that 4X game. And I've been waiting, honestly, I've been waiting for a company, and I think I've said this maybe in one of my videos before, I've been waiting for someone to really do that. Like, no one really makes a fast Civ game, you know what I mean? Like, there are close-ish games, but they're usually card games, like Seven Wonders and stuff. That's kind of a Civ game, right? But it's very light Civ, you know what I mean? It's like you're playing a card game. I think Masters of Orion by Cryptozoic actually was kind of a cool card game, Civ game. But this has models, this has other things involved where you can go across the galaxy and blow stuff up. Now, actually, I do not see models. I'm concerned here.
Well, it's not it's not the Kickstarter version.
So wait, so you don't get ships?
I think that was part of the cardboard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it looks like the ships are cardboard in the normal edition.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, wow, that kind of sucks. I'll be honest, that kind of hurts.
Presents, but I'm sure it's available online.
Yeah, no, okay. So for reference, the one we played you actually had little plastic, whatever. You had little minis for ships or whatever that flew around, which they weren't huge. I'm actually not sure why they wouldn't include them. So I guess that maybe it was the Kickstarter edition or maybe an add-on or something like that. But I think you totally need to get those because this is a table presence game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like cardboard.
Again,
like I'm surprised they aren't included. I'll be honest. That's kind of surprising. For a retail edition, it's kind of disappointing a little bit. But I'm sure we will get a hold of them one way or the other. These are your different cards to research. So each player gets a set of cards, and the idea is when you're playing, you choose a card, put it down, and you play what happens on the card. But you don't get that card back until you play a refresh card. And the problem with the refresh card is, sure, you play it, you get your cards back, but the refresh card is stuck out there entirely until everybody in the game plays a refresh card. Then everybody gets their refresh card back. So you kind of have to be careful because if you refresh early, you're going to be stuck not being able to do this. And this claims light. So it prevents you from claiming light over and over and over again. Here is your light dice, which is cool. That's used for war and stuff like that.
And explain before you were prattling on about the game itself.
Prattling.
Yeah, you didn't
talk
about how those are the different race cards.
Prattling. I'll give you prattling, buddy. Here at Misfits HQ, we take a lot of abuse, obviously. Send help. These are the race cards. So each one has its own thing, and a nice thing is they do give a background of each of the races, obviously, but basically each one has a special ability and a cool little picture of what they look like. Very more high fantasy races and stuff like that. You know what I mean? They're not Star Trek-y. They're just like all over the place. Of course, you have your Borg-looking race, but they each come with a special ability and a background. So it's really cool. But you get in wars, you get in fights, you roll these spiffy dice. Each one has like hits, critical hits, stuff like that. Woo. You know what I mean? These are nice dice. I love the dice, and these are like sculpted dice. I want to say they're etched. They're not like just a tampo or whatever where they're just sticker. You know what I mean? They're actually nice. See, let Dawn feel how nice the dice are. Misfit Dawn here. See, feels nice.
Oh, it's definitely got an etching.
Definitely got an etching. Look nice. But actually, that, believe it or not, is everything for the retail edition, my friend. Other than the stands for the planets, which are, not really worth noting. But yeah,
wow,
that's everything for the retail edition. I'm surprised, but however, we have this over here. Shall we just get right into that, buddy?
Well, explain how this one is 1 to 4.
This, what, the game is 1 to 4.
The main game is 1
Yeah.
to 4.
Yeah, and then the expansion adds a
brings it up
5th.
to 8.
Oh, 8? Is it 8?
That's what it said.
Man, I don't read that wrong.
Yeah, it says on the back.
So, adds the ability to play with up to 8 players and 10 new factions. Wow. Okay, cool. So yeah, it gives a lot more stuff. Wow. That's got to be crazy though, because
Well, remember we were playing a 6 and then it brought
we're playing a
us in-
6?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
'cause
guess.
Before
I
it was
guess.
like for 4 it's like every corner you start off in. But then with the 8, it like had ones in the on each half side.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're right. Still, I think it would be kind of a free for brawl with 8 people. I mean, you got like no room. Because we got into fighting really quick.
Well, it might. Who knows? Maybe the sectors are smaller or something. Who knows?
So here is what comes in it. You got tokens and more planets and stuff like that. So there's quite a bit in here. It has, okay. That's cool. Did they do that right? So look, did we have these extensions?
I don't remember. Yeah, I think we did have extensions on the end.
Did we?
Because I started in a side, and I had like 2 to get to the middle too.
So yeah, look at the board gets bigger.
Yeah, because it adds a place for your homeworld.
Yeah.
That's what that last spot is.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, it adds. But like you're literally like homeworld. So you're like literally neighbors.
Yeah, there's
With
like
everybody.
not a space.
There's not
in
a
the middle
space
here,
where,
like
yeah.
right here. Look, see, because right here you don't have this section, but you still have this section.
You do. You just add on to it.
So between the space between
Like a homeworld would
is
be
2,
here. It's
1,
literally
2.
yeah, it'd be literally 2 spaces away from each homeworld. So yeah, it's cramped. Needless to say, it's cramped.
So there's a lot more getting in people's way.
Yeah. Let me get the sun open here. More cardboard. I gotta say, I'm very sad about the minis thing. I wouldn't think the minis would be a huge, because I mean, there wasn't really a ton. I mean, how many minis? Let's see, how many ships? You have a limit on how many ships you can build because you're flying around your ships. You have like 1 or 2 of the big
let's see.
ones.
I'm sure we can sell from here.
Oh yeah, you have 2 of the big
So
ones.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the small
5
ones,
small.
3 mids and 2 bigs.
Yeah, that's not a lot of minis though. It really
No,
isn't.
but it wasn't. I mean, to be honest, the price of the retail was much cheaper than trying to buy the Kickstarter.
How much was the Kickstarter?
Like $280 for all of the plastic or something, if I
my
remember
God.
correctly. And
Yeah.
This was like, barely 100.
Yeah, okay. Well, still, I mean, obviously they had a lot more planets. And don't forget, of course, it's missing the sunlight, the actual... Because
Yeah,
I don't...
there'd be a sun. Maybe this is the sun.
Maybe that's the sun, yeah. It has no sun in the middle, basically, unless that's the sun.
That
like
must
a
be the
generic.
sun.
That must be it, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of... Okay, so all I'm saying here, guys, is that this game is much more impressive when you get, like, the all-in or whatever the minis are. Just because you have mini... I think minis...
You have mini fever.
No, it's not even
Table
that.
presence
It's
fever.
not even that. This game is one of those games that I think benefits from table presence. Like, it's a 4X game. It's like playing Twilight Imperium.
Are you playing the Foundations of Rome card with me now?
Yes. Well, no. Foundations of Rome card is overproduced. Like, you didn't quite need it. This one, though, I'm playing your card for this game, actually. So, like, I think this game almost needs, like, the minis to it.
We'll
Because it's
find
like...
out. We'll play it.
I'm not saying it's a bad game. Obviously, I love this game, and I'll play it even with that. But honestly, having the light and all the minis and everything, you kind of like... And especially in a 4X game, like if you play... Like, imagine playing Twilight Imperium. You didn't play Twilight Imperium. And you had, like, cardboard...
No ships. Yeah.
Cardboard ships. Yeah, it's like... What? You know, the whole presence is like, this is my civilization. These are what my ships look like. It really adds to the game. So, I mean, yeah, kudos to them for making a cheaper version to get it out there where you have cardboard versions to play, because this is a fantastic game. But if you really want to get this game, I would highly recommend actually springing for the better version. I will say that now. I don't always say that either. You know me,
Yeah.
I could be very frugal with stuff, but it'd be like saying Dark Tower, like, don't spend, get everything. Just get all, although, honestly, they didn't make a cheaper version of Dark Tower, to be fair. Thunder Road. Thunder Road is another good example. Do not get the cheap version of Thunder Road. Buy everything for Thunder Road, because it makes that game phenomenal.
But I must say, the price point difference, though, is huge.
Yes, again, depending on your finances, But if you're like board gamers like us with any kind of disposable income, and you could buy, like if you're going to buy this game and you have the means to get the better version, buy the better version. I'm telling you now. I'm just telling you now.
Well, I know they're going to be selling the ship packs. They sell the packs for the light, all that. So an upgrade might be a possibility. If it's something you really love.
Yeah, just do yourself a favor and find a Kickstarter copy or whatever minis copy, because the minis, I think the minis are almost a must for a game like this. Really do.
I think with all the minis and the Last Light Infinity expansion, we got more planets.
More planets.
So we got holes to put them in.
He said holes. Maybe
it helps with the storage option.
I think maybe this is designed for the expansion. Maybe.
I think it gives you the ability to put it all in one box.
Yeah, that's what I said. I think it's designed for it. Hence, in the box. Oh, wait a minute. Is there? What the heck? Is there more holes there? I can't tell.
Those, I think, are holes.
Those, I think, are holes. I think they're for the stands.
Maybe some of these, yeah.
I think. Oh, they go here. They go here. No, they go here. So these hold the stands. So yeah, this was designed for the expansion. So these are where the stands go for the planets, because you put the stands on them. And
so you don't have to keep
taking them on and off the stand. Yeah. So there you go. So it's designed for the expansion. You're only missing obviously the light up planet, and I guess.
Why there's two?
I guess. I don't know. Maybe there's different ones. We'd have to check. We'd have to check on the internets. Otherwise, there's more stands for the planets, of course, and some more cards, some more races. Well, I'm gonna check out these races. So it's just more goodness stuff. I might have to invest in a good version of this game, or if you don't first.
Oh, I'm not gonna buy a whole other set of this.
No, I mean like
I might buy an upgrade pack.
like an upgrade pack. Yeah.
One,
yeah.
This
is
I'm
hot.
Gonna go nuts.
This is hot right now, so be careful. Just be patient.
Well, the retail version is shipping soon.
And you could bet, with as big a hit as this was, because it was a hit at Gen Con, that there will be a Last Light 2, without a doubt. I should have ran for this after Thunder Roads. I should have ran over for Last Light, but we hadn't played it yet, so I don't know how good it was.
Well, and we saw it. We saw it at like 2 other cons before that, and it was still.
No, it was available first at Gen Con.
No, I'm not saying for sale.
Oh, you mean for play?
We've been kind of following the development for
for a while.
Like 2 Dice Tower East.
Yeah, oh totally.
They were at both of them, and.
Yeah. So,
but I had no idea it was close to release.
I don't know if they had the retail or the Kickstarter one at the con though, because
the con one was even more, because it was Dice Tower and they love Dice Tower, so they gave them all the bells and whistles.
Yeah, so we should have maybe.
And the one we played at the retreat was the Dice Tower copy.
Yeah, that was the Dice Tower copy.
He borrowed for the weekend.
Oh yeah. So with all rambling here, guys, I know this is a long under the lid. I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Either way, I'm going to wrap it up here because there really isn't too much more to see. This game is awesome. Definitely check it out. You can see all this stuff you get just for the retail edition, which is still a lot of stuff. But I'm excited to see what we get in the Uber edition at some point, which I'm sure we will probably get our hands on. Till then, guys, of course, as always, make sure there are 4 lights and game on.